This is, to me, a really cool story, just because I was a fan as a kid. I compiled videos of the Kentucky town that jumped a replica of the General Lee over a water fountain. America is an amazing place, from Somerset, Kentucky. So the General Lee, Dukes of Hazzard. Are you ready? And he did it. And he did it. Let me enlarge the picture here so you can see it a little better. And there's a couple other angles. How about that? That is crazy. Anyway, yes, the General Lee jumps through a water fountain in Somerset, Kentucky. And of course, there's some, I guess, probably a clip from the TV show way back when. And then, yeah, there's some other angles where they're, like this one, I think, is when the car comes through and lands. General Lee replica from the Dukes of Hazzard jumps the Somerset Fountain in Kentucky. There it is. You can see it's completely trashed and almost hits a cameraman right there. But he did successfully stick the landing, as this says. So pretty wild. So this is what they do on a summer night in Somerset, Kentucky, which I've never been to, but I have seen the signs traveling before quite a few times. So I don't think it's all that far from where I'm sitting, but not gonna lie, this makes me want to move to Somerset. This person says. So anyway, pretty cool. If you're Dukes of Hazzard fans, you will get it, which I was as a kid for sure. Anyway, and then speaking of Dukes of Hazzard, a little sad news here, I suppose. This was just 3 days ago. Dukes of Hazzard actor Richard Hurst, who this was Deputy Cletus Hogg on the Dukes of Hazzard, has died at 79. But he was still active in some of the appearances that the cast would do from time to time. And it says Rick passed away on Thursday in Los Angeles. His death was unexpected. Death is unclear. So, but he was 79. Rick was scheduled to make an appearance at Cooter's Place in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee on July 3rd. So that's in East Tennessee out by Gatlinburg. I've been there. Not to Cooter's Place, but I do know Pigeon Forge. On Thursday morning, the museum said on Facebook, due to the unforeseen circumstances, Rick was unable to appear. They would reschedule. Yes, well, I don't think he will be rescheduling. Anyway, that's sad. Rick's role was Boss Hogg's cousin. Dukes of Hazzard show first played in the late 70s and reprised through the 80s. So, and then he had other roles in other TV shows at the time. So anyway, and then I will show you one more thing here. I do have a very distant connection to the Dukes of Hazzard, and that is through this guy, who's a web client of mine. He's a web client of mine, and you may recognize his last name. He is the grandson of Waylon Jennings, who sang the theme song, Just a Good Old Boys, from that TV show, from Dukes of Hazzard. So this is Way Jennings. This is his grandson. And he's one of my clients. This is a website that I built for him, actually. So if you want to check out some really good music, Way Jennings is that, and he's very much along the lines of his grandfather, Waylon. And in fact, he sounds a lot like him. These are some of his videos. I'm looking to see if we have it on here. I don't think we do. There is a video, you could probably find it on YouTube pretty easily, of Way Jennings with the cast of Dukes of Hazzard. So Tom Wopat and Catherine Bach and a few other people who are singing together, and they were singing the Waylon Jennings hit, Good Old Boys. And then here's his tour dates and stuff like that. He tours all over the U.S. And then here's some of his songs and so forth. So this is a little promo here, I guess, for my friend Way Jennings. But he's got some good family lineage. So I just thought I would mention that and point you to his website if you want to go visit it and listen to some pretty cool music. WayJennings.com. Yeah, it's WHEY. So anyway, that's my one and only connection to the Dukes of Hazzard, which isn't really much of one, but I kind of think that's cool. So yeah, it's too bad to hear about Richard Hurst, though. That's kind of a bummer, but it was interesting about Somerset, Kentucky, and the jumping of the General Lee. That was wild.